Q106.5.
Straight from Nashville.
It's country music news.
All right, a new poll shows the majority of Americans are concerned about going back to large public gatherings, concerts, movie theaters, sporting events, and theme parks before a vaccine for Rona is available. Fewer than half of those surveyed, in fact, including those who were recently at large events before the pandemic, say fewer than half say they plan to return, meaning the majority says no. And this poll was just done last week. When it comes to movie theaters and concerts, 32% of people said they would wait for a vaccine before they go back. 55% of people said those events should not resume until we have a vaccine. And 27% said they go back as soon as the venues reopen. And, you know, Paul and you and I have talked about this many times on and off the air. It's like, what's coming next? You know, like, are we going to get those concerts back this summer and, you know, other, you know, sporting events, et cetera, et cetera? I mean, the sporting events are, in the last few days, have been pretty transparent about coming back, but no fans in the audience, so you can still watch it on television. But when you talk about a concert, you know, we're not going to watch that on television. That's not the same thing. So it's like we might be facing... see you next year. I hate to. I don't want to go there.
I know. I don't want to think about it either. But, and, you know, and what's interesting about those polls is, you know, it's just a poll that's being thrown out there and people respond to it how they feel. You know, it's there's no way the word was phrased or how it was, you know, this is just what people are feeling. And these are concert goers who are responding to it. And it just kind of shows the trend of where that whole industry may lead. Because the fans are the ones that make the wheels roll on those tours. Correct.
And they can't. And if you can't force it, meaning, hey, let's go back and do the concert. With all the rules that we are under now until further notice, you know, I don't know how they're going to be able to do it. So
I don't know.
Sad. Well, so I guess what we're going to get is more and more where the artists are on Zoom, et cetera, et cetera.
It's kind of crazy how that new normal is actually starting to kind of feel normal.
It's taken off.
And it's cool because, you know, you're not used to seeing artists. You know, it's a very rare thing when they would sit down and do an acoustic because they're usually touring. They're in the studio, you know. With all this downtime, there's at least one little silver lining that we're getting a whole heck of a lot of personal concerts.
We certainly are. And to segue, Matt Stell. Prepping for a special live performance on Facebook tonight. It'll be a free show. You'll be able to see it at the Q106.5 Facebook page beginning at 6:30.
Okay.
I'll
be there.
And he'll be singing, of course, you know, Prayed for You and the rest of it. And he will be chatting back and forth with fans and friends. So that's a little more interactive. He's, you know, Pray for You hit number one. It was number one for a couple of weeks. So he was the guy, the debut artist who went to number one last year. And, you know, we have a couple this year already, so that's cool. Matt Stell, he's an interesting story. And Paul, you certainly know, you've met him. But not only the fact that he's, you know, 6'5" or 6'7", there you go, 6'7". He did play basketball in college. But he had a chance to go to study medicine at Harvard. That's a pretty sharp cookie. You know?
And a bold move to go towards music, and it was cool. It worked out well for him.
He just was in love with it. He was in Nashville, and before a contract, he wrote and did that, and just, you know, do what they do, which is just, you know, try every avenue to get at it. You know, and speaking of concerts, he was set to go on the Rascal Flatts tour this summer. So
he had a stop in Portland too.
Exactly.
Headlining tour, and he only got a couple of dates into that.
You met him in Westbrook, correct?
And I had heard Prayed for You for a couple of years before it really started to get traction on radio, and I was talking to him backstage, and I was like, man, your song's going up the charts like not one spot at a time. It's going up like 2 or 3 times. And he's like, you tell me when I put this song out years ago that it would actually gain traction on country radio. I tell you, you're completely out of your mind. He was just blown away by the whole response to that song and how it literally changed everything for him.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait tonight, 6:30.
Absolutely.
Matt, Stell, Facebook Live at Q106.5's Facebook page, brought to you by Sony Music Nashville. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Okay, so set that reminder, 6:30 tonight.
On it. There
you go. I know you're on it. I know you'll be waiting. Absolutely. More at tasteofcountry.com and Q1065.fm.